Bakugo just, like, seriously went right off the deep end. Hey, what is going on, everybody? Ali here, and welcome to my Boku no Hero Academia, My Hero Academia Episode 7 review. Alright, so straight up, for me, I think this episode was one of the best episodes of the season so far. It was just really good, like, going back and forth from flashbacks to Bakugo and Deku fighting. That was actually, like, the whole episode. Deku and Bakugo fighting each other, Uraraka going up to find where the nuclear weapon is or something like that. Basically the whole episode was Deku and Bakugo fighting, and then flashbacks in between. And I really liked the flashbacks because they were like really quick, but and you knew like reasons why Bakugo like is really angry at him and stuff, and why Deku is like who he is and stuff. And it was like they did it so cleanly. I think they showed flashbacks like really cleanly. I love Bakugo, his animation, the animation of what he looks like or whatever. His character is just, it's really funny, but it's also like mentally like insane and stuff. And he's just like, Deku, why won't you use your quirk, Deku? That shit, I was just laughing like so hard. It was just so funny for him to do that, because he's just like, basically like, just notice me, senpai. He keeps saying like, are you underestimating me and stuff, and we all know that that's not the case because Deku can't control it. Something like we know, but he doesn't know, which is kind of like funny to see. It shows in the episode, it was a flashback of, I think, the first time, like, why Bakugo doesn't like or hates about what Deku is, because Deku doesn't have a quirk, and he started getting his quirk at the age of 4 and everything. And they were in a forest with some friends, and then Deku was in the back. And while they were going on some tree log, they were walking on it, and Bakugo, he falls into the water. Everybody's like, all right, he's fine, he's strong or whatever. And he gets up, and everybody's like, you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine and stuff. And then he turns around and he sees Deku right there with his hand out, saying like, are you okay? It wouldn't be good if you hit your head on the floor. And he got like insanely mad because of that. I'm like, he's just trying to help you, buddy. Also, this episode was like, when it goes back to the present, there was like a lot of tactics involved. You'd think that Bakugo is just going crazy and stuff, but he's actually thinking while he's mad. That's saying something about his talent and everything. He doesn't let it completely control him. It kind of like fuels him actually. So, and Deku's also using like strategy, figuring out like his moves and stuff, Bakugo's moves. But Bakugo, like on the fly, like keeps making like different moves and stuff. Like when he was attacking Deku, and he uses one of his explosions to be like a slight attack, but more like a smoke screen to lift over Deku, and then while he's midair, shoot like an explosion on Deku's back. That's like genius. And actually, the start, not the start of the episode, but when Bakugo and Deku are fighting and stuff, Deku tells Uraraka to go and get where the nuclear weapon is. And probably the funniest part of the whole episode was when she gets there and she's hiding behind one of the pillars, and she's like, maybe I'm gonna tell Deku where it is and I'll wait for him, and she's sitting there or whatever, and then you see Iida whispering to himself. He's like, I can't shame the Iida family. This is another trial for me to become a better hero. Bakugo's doing this evil thing so well, an evil villain thing so well, that I need to amp up my game and stuff. And the animation, he's just like, I'm extremely evil. I laughed while Uraraka was cracking up. She's like, this guy's taking it so seriously, and I was laughing with her. And then he hears her do that. And also, we find a little bit more about her suit, which is like really cool. Iida took all the things out of that floor that she can actually lift and stuff. And she's like, if I retrieve this nuclear weapon, then we win. If I just like touch it. So then she's running at Iida, and then she uses her zero gravity quirk with those, I don't know what they're called, like on her pants, like air pockets or whatever, and she lifts like she's on the moon, and she jumps over Iida like to grab onto the nuclear weapon, but she actually misses because Iida takes it and stuff. And then he's like saying like I removed everything and stuff. She's saying like he's becoming like more of a villain. I think that whole sequence was like really funny. And of course, Deku is still ignoring Bakugo. Why are you ignoring me? He's still talking to Uraraka, saying like, Uraraka, hold on to the pillar. But before that, Bakugo is like about to use like this really cool thing. He tells Deku, he's like, if you know everything about me, then you know that I can secrete nitroglycerin sweat from my palms to make like a bigger explosions and stuff. And those grenade things on his arms are like to store it, I guess, and build it up, and then he can actually shoot it. His design, his costume design is for actually doing long distance now, so he can do both close combat and long distance, which is pretty cool. And while he's about to do that, All Might's like, don't stop it, I'll stop the whole thing. And he's like, if I don't hit him, it won't kill him. He shoots it, he obviously misses, like the whole building freaking explodes. That animation was like insane. And All Might has like kind of like a really quick flashback of what Bakugo said in the beginning. He's like, I won't kill him, but I will be damn close to it. And then he said, if I don't hit him, I won't kill him. So an underlining feeling that Bakugo has is that like he really doesn't want to kill him or like hurt him or anything. He's still somewhat sane. He uses it, uses the nitroglycerin cannon basically, completely wipes out like a huge chunk of the building, and Deku's there with like his arm sleeves ripped off and everything. He looks like really messed up, and Bakugo's just like brawling on his ass, just beating the crap out of him. It looked a little sad. I'm like, come on Deku, get your ass up and everything. So then Bakugo gets up and he's like, come on Deku, get up, why aren't you using your quirk and stuff? And he's like, I can't, that's not the thing, that's not it, I can't. I think you're such an amazing person and that's why I want to beat you. And he's just like, he's looking at him even more angry at Deku. So then they both come in, but before that, Deku tells Uraraka to hold on to one of the pillars, because they're right above each other. He's like, hold on to one of the pillars. So Bakugo and Deku about to clash, and then boom, he uses Detroit Smash. Bakugo thinks he's gonna use it on him, but he doesn't. He was never thinking about it. It was like his last resort, and he just like annihilates the ceiling and the floor, and freaking it just destroys it. The animation was like insane with the wind draft going up. It was just awesome. And then the genius that Uraraka is, she holds onto the pillar. She's floating while the whole place is destroyed. She's holding onto a pillar, and she uses it. And then she uses the pillar because it's so light, and she uses it and hits all the rubble and everything right at Iida, and he's like that's it, and she's like home special. She's like special move like home run or something like that, and he's just like, that's not a home run. And then he's right there. Then she actually uses her floating ability again, and then she grabs onto the nuclear weapon, and they win. And probably one of the funniest parts was Iida. He looks at her, or looks at the nuclear weapon of her grabbing it, and then he's like, the weapon, the weapon, the weapon. And that was just like that was so funny. At the end, Bakugo's like, you weren't even like thinking of me, were you? And he's like, and Deku's like, that's not it. And when the smoke was clearing and everything, you see Deku like blocked it with his bare arm, blocked Bakugo's like explosion with his bare arm, and he's passed out. Deku's freaking passed out. His whole arm is like purple and red and everything, and Bakugo's face is like, what the hell is going on? And he said, and Deku's like, you don't understand, my quirk, I can't use it properly. I can't do anything like properly about it and stuff. So Bakugo looks like he's kind of like, oh shit, like he's like worried or something. But that's how the episode ends, with the heroes winning. Uraraka, Deku wins. It was like a really fun episode. I loved this episode. I give it like I gave it a 10 out of 10. It was it was entertaining the whole time. It was funny. The action was insane. Animation was insane. And I love the music. It was like dun 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 dun, like or something like that. And yeah, it was just like insane, and I loved it. 10 out of 10. So yeah, that's it for this review. I'm excited for next episode. It's gonna be about Bakugo. I think his attitude's gonna kind of change a little bit. But yeah, that's it for this review. Like the video if you did. Like the video if you liked the episode. Comment down below on your thoughts of the episode and what do you expect out of next episode. And subscribe to my channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy. Ladies, stay sassy. But most important to everybody, you gotta stay nasty, right? So peace and love, and I will see you all later. Now I'm gonna go see that episode again because it was amazing.